You paid it. You might not remember exactly how much. You definitely don't know where it's sitting right now. And when it's time to get it back, suddenly your landlord has a very long list of reasons why they're keeping it. We're talking about security deposits today. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what the law says your landlord can and cannot do with your money. Because let's get real, a lot of landlords are counting on you not knowing. Hey, I'm Wendy, founder of Wendy Advocates and host of More Than Motions TV, where we take the confusion out of complex systems so you can move with clarity and confidence. I am not an attorney, and nothing in this video is legal advice. But after more than 10 years as a paralegal and a whole lot of lived experience, I do know how these systems work. And more importantly, I know how to help you work them. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, I want you to think about your situation right now. Did you pay a security deposit when you moved in? Do you know exactly how much you paid? Do you know where that money is being held right now? And do you know what your landlord is legally allowed to do with it? If you're sitting there like, I don't know any of these, that's completely normal. Most people don't. And that's exactly why this conversation matters. Because your landlord, they know. And when you don't, that's where the problems start. So let's start at the beginning. What even is a security deposit? A security deposit is money you pay your landlord up front before you even move your first box in. Think of it like a safety net. But here's the thing that most people miss. It's not a gift. It's not gone. It is your money that's being held by them. And legally, it's there for one purpose: to protect the landlord if something goes wrong. Specifically, damage to the unit beyond what's called normal wear and tear, unpaid rent, specific lease violations. Now, and this is important, normal wear and tear is a real legal concept. It means it's the regular expected aging of a unit from someone actually living in it. So, nail holes from hanging pictures, that's normal. A worn path in the carpet after 2 years, that's normal. A hole punched in the wall from a night you were drunk and angry, that's not normal. We'll get much deeper into wear and tear in a future episode because landlords do abuse that line all of the time. But for today, just know that a security deposit is not a renovation fund. It is not a repainting fund. And it's definitely not a, I just feel like keeping your money fund. All right, here's something that genuinely surprises people when they find out. There is no federal law in the United States that governs security deposits. None. Zero. Nada. What that means is that every single state makes its own rules. And those rules can be very different depending on where you live. Some states cap the maximum deposit to 1 month's rent, while others allow 2. A few states have no cap at all. Some states require landlords to keep your deposit in a separate bank account in your name, while Others don't. Hey, some states even require the landlord to pay you interest on your deposit while they're holding it. That's interest on your money that they're holding. Yep, that's a thing. That's a thing. Now here's where it gets really important. Because regardless of what state you're in, most security deposits follow the same basic framework. Landlords have obligations, and when they don't follow them, that's where you have leverage. In many states, your security deposit has to be held in a dedicated account, separate from the landlord's personal money. Some states require written notice to you of where it's being held. Your landlord can't just throw it into their checking account and call it a day. If a landlord is going to take any deductions from your deposit, they are typically required to provide you with an itemized written list. This list should explain exactly what they're charging for and how much. It shouldn't be just cleaning fees in one lump sum. It must be specific, documented, and in writing. In most states, your landlord has between 14 and 30 days after you move out to return your deposit. The clock usually starts on the day you vacate or the day your lease ends, whichever is later. Here's the part the landlords mess up the most. The law doesn't just say, give it back. It tells them how to give it back, what to say if they're keeping any of it, and when it has to happen. That process matters because when they get it wrong, that's often when tenants have recourse. So what happens when a landlord doesn't follow the rules? In many states, a landlord who improperly withholds a security deposit, they miss the deadline, they don't provide itemization, or they just keep the money they have no right to, they can be required to pay back double or even triple the deposit amount. Some states call this a penalty. Others call it damages. The point is, the law has teeth, but only if you know it's there and you use it. That's why documentation is so important. Move-in and move-out inspections, they matter. That's why keeping records of every communication with your landlord matters. I have sat with so many people who were owed their deposit. They had every right to it, and they ended up getting nothing. Not because the law wasn't on their side, but because they didn't know what steps to take, or they waited too long, or they didn't document the right things. Knowledge is step one. Action is step two. Before this video ends, here's what I want you to do. 1, find your original lease and confirm your deposit amount. 2, check your state's security deposit laws. And 3, start a folder, physical or digital. And in that folder, I want you to put every text message, email, photo, or any receipts related to your tenancy. I've placed a link in the description for videos where I go state by state through the actual statutes. It's not my summary of the law, it's the law itself in plain language, so you know exactly what applies to you. And before you go, real quick, ask yourself this. If you moved out tomorrow, would you actually get your security deposit back? Are you sure? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. See you in the next one.